You're on your way to playing better defense in this game. You have definitely learned about the safeties packages that exist in formations such as dollar. All you do is you flick the right analog stick until you see it says safeties. Then you have your packages in nickel formations where it says free safety one inside. You take the field and all of a sudden you're super excited because your safeties get new adjustments with outside thirds, left and right, deep halves, left and right, middle thirds, mid reads. This is great for defending corner routes. And sometimes your slot corner gets safety adjustments. Why is that? This question is serving as probably the biggest pain point for a lot of players when they use safety packages to switch up their coverage adjustments. As I just said, those outside thirds over the top are so great for getting over the top to corner routes, but not knowing whether or not your slot corner is going to be considered a safety or a nickel corner is probably the biggest reason a lot of players avoid this package. Let's explain why this occurs. We're going to be running nickel over with a safety inside package. We're going to come out here in the cover two because this is the most customized coverage. A lot of times you'll see people with their three safety package kind of create a cover three cloud rotation, and then they'll just lurk on a linebacker and their defense looks something like this. And you'll notice here in this example that we have a formation where Hooker, the slot corner, is lined up to the trip side of the formation, and he's going to get regular slot corner adjustments. This is totally fine. And, for the purpose of, certain defenses, maybe you set up a Mabel where you have a 5-yard purple and a 30-yard blue that you can create a nice maple coverage with this coverage rotation. This is one of my favorite calls against formations where I suspect a deep flood. But then once in a while you run into a really nasty formation, pun intended, such as the gun bunch X nasty halfback strong. And in this particular package, for some reason, our slot corner is considered a third safety. Inconsistency where you're kind of confused, like I've got auto flip on, sometimes he's a slot corner, then sometimes they come out and he's got safety adjustments and I want to use a purple, or maybe sometimes you're expecting the safety adjustments and he's only got the slot corner adjustments. This is the issue most players have. So what we're going to do here is we are going to use a trick. And what we're going to do is we're going to turn auto flip off. Now, before we get into the down and dirty specifics of how this trick is going to work, I want to ask you guys a favor. Make sure you guys are subscribed to my YouTube channel. I'm dropping content every single morning, 9 a.m. Central Time, helping you guys out with the game and your pain points. Some of it's going to be more beginner level content. Some of it's going to be more advanced, like you see right here. And I think that this video is going to help players of all types because this package is really, really important. Now, if this particular video, when you're done watching it, is something that you enjoyed, make sure that you guys also head over to my strategy website, gridirongameplans.gg, because this was a solve for this package woe that a lot of players have been complaining about this year that I put in our vault a while ago. And you guys can unlock the entire website. There's well over 200 videos in our vault, 10 game plans, Discord access, lab sessions every week for just $9.95 a month. I promise you, it's arguably the best deal in the tip space. I honestly wouldn't argue it. It is the best deal in the tip space. Go check it out. I'll see you guys in the Discord. So like I said, we got our auto flip off here. And the reason we're going to do this is we are going to basically come out if we have any type of tell on our opponent. Most players have lots of tells. If our opponent is coming out in a formation, let's say this bunch to the right, and I want my player to have outside third adjustments, I could come out in my nickel over with the free safety inside package with my slot corner purposefully to the wrong side, so the left side. And what this is going to do is this is going to consider him to be what is called a weak safety. If you guys think about the formation big nickel over G, it's got a dedicated slot safety. So every single play, no matter what way you're flipped, it's always going to be a safety adjustment. In these nickel packages, however, the game looks at the safety at nickel and says, is he a weak safety or is he a nickel? So you see right here with him aligned to the backside of the formation where there is no slot receiver, he is considered a weak covered safety. So this is going to give him those outside third adjustments. Now, this is where this gets really interesting because what I can do with him is I can say, you know what, I want to play a cover three cloud rotation where I actually want him playing the outside third. And I'm going to put him into a far right outside third, and I'm going to roll my coverage from strong to weak. Now you're saying, Zan, he's on the wrong side. Yes, true. What you want to do is man align, which is Y right bumper. And that's going to put him over to the trip side. And now he's aligned correctly with that safety adjustment. Now, again, once he's aligned correctly, take a look at his adjustments. They switch up completely to your slot corner adjustments, hard flats, curl flats, seam flats, vertical hooks, et cetera, et cetera. So this is a big deal as it pertains to this particular type of formation. You can now get your corner aligned on the correct side with the safety adjustments. And you do this by coming out with him on the wrong side, putting him into the safety adjustment you want, and then man aligning to get him over to the correct side. Now let's talk about the dollar defense, because a lot of players love dollar, but they don't necessarily understand the safeties package. For those that don't know, the safeties package technically is supposed to sub a safety into both slot corner positions. So you guys can circumvent this by subbing in and out whoever you want at these spots before you activate the package. But when you guys actually take the field with this, it's going to basically diagnose your slot corner. So on the weak side, we have this weak safety. He's basically no slot receiver present. He's going to end up in a spot where you can get outside third adjustments. This is great. However, if we take a look over here at this guy, he is lined up on the trip side of the formation, meaning that there is a slot receiver present. He needs to be able to be a slot corner. So it's going to give him slot corner adjustments. Again, you can still go ahead and put this weak side safety into an outside third and then man align him over and then roll your coverage if you want. This is going to be great because what it's going to do is it's going to confuse your opponent into thinking that, oh, hey, this is man to man, but really it's not. This is going to allow you to do a lot of crazy stuff. I mean, I can man align him and then back him up. You know, you could do a lot with this. Of course, a lot of you guys like your little A gap meta. You guys can still try to do goofy stuff like that with this as well, and get really adjusty with that. But this is now going to allow you to play kind of a cover 3 cloud rotation, still have a vertical hook, and you can still roll your coverage. You know, if you wanted to, I could give myself Mabel help over here on the weak side and then lurk on this guy and blitz him. But you see, the point is here that I can get that to, you know, activate accordingly. Now, the thing that you guys need to understand before I end this video is that these adjustments will change pre-snap based off of how your opponent is making their adjustments on offense. So, for example, if I come out in this tray open formation where this weak safety is currently a safety, but then my opponent flips, now the game considers him a slot corner, and it's going to consider this guy now to be a safety. So again, if you're wanting to kind of do this whole dealio where you're, you know, doing the man align trick, just make sure that you're on your P's and Q's with it, because it can change up how your players can adjust pre-snap. So you're going to want to make sure that you guys do these adjustments as quickly as possible before your opponent gets into flipping or any of that. And last but not least, we are going to talk about the flipping here. So obviously, so many players out there in our community love to flip their bunch. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come out and nickel over. And I know that they're going to flip their nickel over from the weak side of the field, the left side to the right side. I can call their bluff with this package and get my defense set up right away. So let's talk about flipping then. You know your opponent is always going to flip their bunch from the short side to the wide side. You want this 3 safety package. You want to be able to use outside thirds on your slot corner, and you know that they're going to go ahead and flip their formation right away. This is a great moment for you when you break the huddle to go ahead and immediately make sure that your slot corner on the right is put into that outside third. That way, when they flip towards you, he's going to be in the correct adjustment. You don't have to worry about a man align. You don't have to worry about any of that. Now you're in a situation where now your cover 3 cloud is correct. You can change your hook curls up in the middle of the field, and you're in a really good spot here to defend this bunch formation a little bit better. So this is a great trick for players that like to flip. This is a great trick for really any purpose. As long as you understand that your slot corner, if he has a slot receiver present, will always get slot adjustments, that's going to be really, really key. That is how you guys understand your 3 safety packages, and to be able to get your corner to have basically both adjustments, so long as your opponent has a empty slot side. If they come out in 2x2, obviously you're going to have nothing but slot corner adjustments. But if they come out in some sort of trips, you're going to be able to take advantage of this tip. And a lot of players will come out in trips, whether it's bunch, regular trips, tray Y flex. You guys get it. That's it for today's video, guys. If you guys liked it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell if you please, drop a comment below, help push this video out in the YouTube algorithm. I really appreciate all your support. I'll see you guys later this afternoon with our next YouTube short, or tomorrow with our next long form upload. Until then, this is Zan. Get the lab in. Good luck.